Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to have an introduction to fast Fourier transform. So in short, it is known as FFT. So at the very first, let us understand the meaning of computational complexity. So computational complexity is nothing but the number of additions and multiplications involved in a calculation. Addition in the sense, addition may involve the real addition and the complex addition. Multiplication may involve the real multiplication and complex multiplication. Now let us go through the computational complexity that is involved with respect to discrete Fourier transform as well as the fast Fourier transform. So discrete Fourier transform in the sense, the formula based calculation what we were solving till now, that is what the discrete Fourier transform. Fast Fourier transform in the sense, we are going to make use of a different method called a butterfly method of solution, that is called the fast Fourier transform. One thing here we have to remember that the answer of the discrete Fourier transform as well as the fast Fourier transform remains the same. Only the calculation procedure is going to vary, and the fast Fourier transform we are going to derive from the basic formula of the discrete Fourier transform only. Then why we need to go for fast Fourier transform? That is because of the computational complexity. The discrete Fourier transform is going to have more number of the computational complexity. That means with respect to the number of additions and multiplications, trigonometric operations and so on. Whereas the fast Fourier transform is going to have reduced number of computational complexity. Therefore, for all practical purposes, we prefer the fast Fourier transform because of its reduced computational complexity. So let us go through how much is the computational complexity of the discrete Fourier transform. Okay, so an n point DFT requires n into n minus 1 complex addition, n square complex multiplications, 2n square trigonometric calculations. So trigonometric in the sense, the calculation that involve sine and cosine, that's the trigonometric. Then 4n square real multiplications, 4n into n minus 1 real additions. So one complex multiplication involves 4 real multiplications and 2 real additions. Now coming to the computational complexity involved in the fast Fourier transform, in short known as the FFT. For n point FFT calculation, it requires n by 2 butterflies per stage. Then log n to base 2 stages are required, n by 2 log n to base 2 complex multiplications, then n log n to base 2 complex additions are required. Now the speed improvement factor, that means when compared to the DFT, how much the speed improvement is present in the FFT, that is what we are going to have, and that is calculated with respect to the number of additions as well as the calculation. So for complex addition, it is complex additions for DFT divided by complex additions for FFT. So we know the formula for complex additions of DFT, that is n into n minus 1. Similarly for FFT, it is n log n to base 2. So for complex multiplication, it is complex multiplications for DFT divided by complex multiplications for FFT. Then percentage saving with respect to addition and multiplication, we are going to talk about this. Percentage saving with respect to addition is 100 minus number of additions in radix 2 FFT, number of additions in direct DFT into 100. With respect to multiplication, it is 100 minus number of multiplications in radix 2 FFT divided by number of multiplications in direct DFT into 100. So the term radix 2 is going to be new over here, that I'm going to address when I'm going to enter into the actual FFT calculation. Now let us go through a problem that is related to the complexity of the calculation. Calculate the percentage saving in calculations in a 512 point radix 2 FFT when compared to the direct DFT. So we are going to have the formula for percentage saving. So percentage saving is a generic term. It means we need to calculate percentage saving with respect to addition as well as with respect to the multiplication. Both of them we need to calculate. For both of them we are going to have the formula. So let us get into this solution. So percentage saving in the addition we are going to have this formula. Percentage saving in multiplication we are going to have this formula. So in two methods we can calculate. We can directly substitute the formula with respect to number of additions in FFT and number of additions in the direct DFT calculation. Then we can have the solution directly. Otherwise, we can calculate this individually, that is number of additions in FFT, number of additions in DFT, then number of multiplication in FFT, number of multiplications in direct DFT. We can calculate them individually. Then we can substitute over here to get the answer. I am going to calculate it individually and then I will substitute it. Now number of complex addition n into n minus 1, that is n value is nothing but the 512 that is given in the question. So 512 into 512 minus 1, so much of value we are going to get. Similarly, number of complex multiplications with respect to the DFT is n square, so 512 square. So this is the value we are going to have. With respect to FFT we are going to calculate. Number of complex additions is n log n to base 2. We are going to have this as the answer. The number of complex multiplications is n by 2 log n to base 2 we are going to have. So after substitution, this is what the answer we have got. Now with respect to addition, so we are going to make use of number of additions with respect to DFT and FFT. Percentage saving in the multiplication with respect to DFT and the FFT we are going to make use of. Okay, so here is the substitution. So we have calculated individually all this and we have substituted, and here we are going to have the percentage saving in the addition is equal to 98.2%. Similarly, percentage saving in multiplication, we have calculated these parameters, substituted, that is equal to 99.1%. Now let us get into one more problem. Statement: how many multiplications and additions are needed for 64 point sequence using FFT algorithm and DFT using direct computation? Find speed improvement factor, number of real and complex registers needed. The same question has been asked in previous question paper for 6 marks. So straightforward, we need to calculate number of multiplications and additions in DFT as well as in the FFT, and then we are going to calculate speed improvement factor, then the complex number of registers. So we are going to have the formula to all of this. We are going to make use of it. First, let us start with the direct computation of the DFT. Given capital letter N is equal to 64, we are going to calculate for DFT complex additions n into n minus 1. This is the answer. For real additions, 4n into n minus 1. So this is the answer we are going to have. For complex multiplication, n square. This is the answer. Real multiplications, we are going to have 4n square. So this is the answer we have got. Similarly, we are going to calculate for FF. Complex additions, n log n to base 2. Substitute it, we have got the answer. Complex multiplications, n by 2 log n to base 2. After substitution, we have got this answer. Now we are having all the parameters required to calculate the speed improvement factor. Therefore, speed improvement factor with respect to complex addition is complex additions for DFT divided by complex additions for FFT. So formula is there, so we can have substitution. Then we are going to have 10.5. Then for complex multiplication, this is the formula: complex multiplications for DFT divided by complex multiplications for FFT. So this is what the formula we are going to have. So after substitution we are going to have this answer. So all these parameters are already calculated over there. Here you can mention this formula since we have already calculated, that's why I'm saying over here you can mention this formula. Otherwise complex additions for DFT has already been calculated. You can have direct substitution of that value. Complex additions for FFT is also calculated. You can have direct substitution of that and you can have the answer also. Now getting into the number of real registers, that will be equal to 2n. So that is 128 we are going to have. Number of complex register is also 2n. So 128 we are going to have. So here we have to remember one thing in general. So which are all the set of formulae that were given with respect to the computational complexity of DFT and FFT. All of them need to be remembered while solving this one. So in the previous question papers they have simply asked to represent the set of formulae. So that means for endpoint calculation, how many complex additions, then complex multiplications, trigonometric functions are required to calculate with respect to the DFT and FFT. So in general the question may be asked, or it may be asked in particular by representing the value of n, like 512 point calculation or 64 point calculation, like that. So you need to remember all the formulae that has been represented in this presentation. Thanks for joining.